What? Well, good morning again. You know what today is. Treat Yourself Thursday. Treat Yourself Thursday. I gotta pull my favorite Treat Yourself video. You guys know, 2 minutes when she goes off. We start the show, player. Pay attention to that, and we'll just kind of wait for some peeps to get in here. All right. My channel, playlists. B for B. Ha ha!
3 words for you.
3 words for you. Okay, got that. Let's pull up our Reframe Your Brain from my boy. I'm so pissed. I am so pissed. I did not, idiot, have any Sloppy Joe yesterday. I am a moron. Oh, my gosh, man. Today's show is going to blow your mind, man. It is going to blow your mind. Oh. You guys know I can't sing, but I sing every day. What is the, is that my 1-minute alarm? It is. What if we do, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do the elf. Everyone can sing. What does he say? What's the quote? What is it? If you can sing alone, you can sing in front of other people. There's no difference. Yes, there is. No, there's not. Yes, there is. No, there's not. Watch. I'm singing in the store, and I'm singing. Oh my God. If you guys just jumped in, you know you missed something hysterical. Okay, guys. The alarm's about to go off, Ma. Are you ready? There it is. There it freaking is. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for the best Treat Yourself Thursday you've ever seen? Oh my God. I have so much for you guys today. Buckle up, buttercups, because it is going to be an amazing show. All right. Now, you guys know checklist is done. Fantastic. All right. Well, you guys know we're going to go and head back on in and do a little retro show today. We always start with our 1980s glasses. Why? Because look, we got 2 lenses, red and blue. Which one are you looking through? Come on now. Come on now. All right. Are you ready? Good morning, business builders. Welcome to Business for Breakfast. Well, business is the most important meal of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal in this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkled with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. All right. Now, we got our intro done. Who's ready for the morning mark? I know you is. We all know you ain't here for me. But why do you love the morning mark? It's pretty easy because there's no props required, no drinks, no gear, just you and a functioning brain. We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, it don't matter. Pick one thing you will finish today. Not a list, not 10, not 3, just one. Now mark it mentally, pop, and write it down. That is the line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. This is the pause that sharpens the edge, the moment that turns noise into signal. It's the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. Your day's officially started. All right, my beautiful people, you drive, I dive. Buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll. Are you guys ready for this day in history? I don't know if you are. But before we jump into this day in history, do we need to go ahead and play our favorite Treat Yourself little homage from our favorite Aziz from Parks and Rec? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Here we go. This is the theme of today.
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself 2011.
Once a year, Donna and I spend a day treating ourselves. What do we treat ourselves to?
Clothes,
Treat yourself.
fragrances,
Treat yourself.
massages,
Treat yourself.
mimosas,
Treat yourself.
fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year.
All right, now, this isn't the best day of the year for us. This is the best day of the week. You want to know why? The reason why I wear purple on today's day is because Treat Yourself Thursday is for us mom and pop Venti shop owners. We spend every waking second worrying and thinking about everybody else, and you're allowed one day a week, and that's a Thursday. You can't do Friday because now it's all family crap, and you got a bunch of honeydews and a bunch of lists and crap. It's got to be during the week, and you can't ever do Treat Yourself Thursday before Wednesday. You got to get through hump day, then you can focus on Treat Yourself. Now you know why it's purple, because you royalty, player. You is royalty. And you know, in our Treat Yourself segment, I always have a little product that is going to be very, very inexpensive, except for today's, which, by the way, when you see what it does, you'll understand why I picked it. You know, most of what I show you guys on Treat Yourself is designed to be, 10 to 30 bucks to make your life 1% better. You guys know that's my entire life theme. Okay. So I am ready. Are you guys ready for a little Treat Yourself? Are you? Okay, cool. All right. Shall we jump into this day in history? I knew you would want to. Okay. This day in history. Today is March 19th. It's the day that invites us to look at the clocks on our walls and the stars in our skies. Historically, it's the date where the human element took center stage, from the first televised Academy Awards to the brave return of an NBA legend and the quiet launch of a technological revolution. Holy hell, are you guys ready for today? Sorry, when I get passionate, you guys know I swear. So I apologize. I try to keep this show PG-ish. So now, today being March 19th, this day in history, in 1918, the Standard Time Act. In a massive shift for daily life, the U.S. Congress passed the Standard Time Act, which officially established time zones and implemented daylight savings time as a wartime measure to conserve fuel. What in the hey? Did you guys know that? This BS that we have to deal with twice a year where, oh my God, we lost an hour. Oh my God, we gained an hour. What? Because we try to conserve freaking fuel for war? You're kidding. What? Dude. Wow. You guys know our rule. If you learn something or you laugh, you guys know you got to like and subscribe. It's our handshake agreement. We just shook hands, by the way. When you hear that, if you not watching this, but if you're looking at it, that's just me saying we shook hands. Okay. So now let's look at this day in history. 1953, the very first televised Academy Awards. Is that not freaking crazy, bro? We just had the Oscars. We just had it. 1953 was the very first one. Today, on this day, the Oscars were broadcast on television for the very first time. This wasn't just a cultural milestone. It was a technological breakthrough for live broadcasting, bringing the glamour of Hollywood into millions of American living rooms and forever changing the business of entertainment. I tell you what, man, looking at stuff today is not like looking at stuff in the past, because when you look back at the past, you're like, oh my God, like the biggest show that had like one of the biggest like audiences for its finale was like the show MASH. And to be honest with you, I think we have to literally look at ratings from almost like we looked at it from two different viewpoints. Like before streaming, where you could just think of it and there would be a show there that you could watch, compared to back in the day when you had like maintained, like, broadcast FCC, like open source TV, and then cable. And that was it. You only had that plus cable. Okay. If we can go back and literally go back to really up until probably the 90s, you can look at reviews, and you can look at like all that with TV. It's almost like TV is broken into three categories for ratings. Okay, up into the 90s, call it the 80s, which is going to be primarily just broadcast open air, 4, 5, 8, 11, the mainstay. Okay. Then that's why like shows like Dallas and Dynasty just murdered it, but you had no competition. Okay. Then cable comes on, and then cable basically has a terror for like 30 years. So let's look at the shows that kill it for finales when you have both open source TV plus cable. Then let's look at streaming. So now let's look at season finales after, let's say, 2010. Okay. Because you have to understand the competition's insane. Do you actually think a show like MASH or Dallas would pull in a third of the country watching this finale if they didn't have 1 million other options? Of course not, Ma. Of course not. It's not that these weren't great shows. It's just we didn't have a lot of options. Okay. So this is huge. That's why if you look at the Oscars, every year it's worse. Why? We have options. And not only that, they decided like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, start making, like, putting in politics. And every human being on earth is like, you understand, we love you because of your talent, not because of your views on politics. Like the greatest actors of all time who literally have managed to basically stay clear of all this crap, literally stay in our hearts as amazing, beloved actors decades and decades later, because they haven't showed us that side of them. I don't know why people feel like, oh my God, I'm a celebrity. You love me for my talent, which means you also want to know my opinion on crap. No, we don't. We love you for your talent, not your opinion. Not your opinion. All right. All right. 1959, the invention of the maser. What the hell is a maser? Charles Towns was granted a patent for the maser, microwave amplified by stimulated emissions of radiation. What? This is the direct precursor to the laser. What? No way. So 1959, we basically invented the very first rough draft version of the laser beam, which you guys know is now on rocket ships and shoots drones out of the air. Lasers, like Star Wars. Boom. What is it? Zoom. Whoom. 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 Lasers, bro. Today in history. Today in history. What? No way. 2003, Operation Iraqi Freedom begins. Shut the H up. In televised address, President George Walker Bush, George Sr., announced that coalition forces had begun the invasion of Iraq. Yes, the BS, all that crap, bro. The event triggered a geopolitical shift that dominated global policy. And this is also whenever we saw it was really kind of the invent of like news broadcast, like news, 24-hour news, because during this is when CNN, for like the very first time, started doing like 24-hour broadcasting. If you guys remember, if you guys were born in the 70s, group in the 80s, part in the 90s, you guys remember this like it was yesterday, but watching, because they had all like the B-1 bombers like coming in, the F-117s at night. And so you saw nothing except like light beams coming from all the bombs and crap that were dropping from what you couldn't see. And they couldn't see because they didn't have a radar that could pick this crap up. And so that was like the start of CNN, bro. Can you believe that? I know, man. This day in history, bro, today is just redonkulous. Oh my God. You have it. Okay, just wait. Can you tell I get myself excited, bro? You know, that's the purpose of why I do this, mainly to get myself ready for the day. Because what we do as mom pop vintage shop owners is very tough. I tell people all the time, I wouldn't wish what I go through in a lot of days on my worst enemy, but also I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's beautiful, you know, what we get to do. But this day in history, and that's what I was telling you before. I apologize for my little ADD brain, but do the show because I want every day to be a little, like, almost like a mini church service. You know, we come, you know, we hang out with people that we dig. We got a message that's, you know, we learn a little, it encourages, we laugh, we cry, we're inspired. And then we high five and we're like, let's go kick some butt. And I'll see you guys, you know, the next time we meet. You know, that's what this is, man. And so, you know, I think I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy the show as much as I do. But this day in history, 1931, Nevada legalizes gambling. Bro, my best friend Robbie and his wife are there right now. He's there. He goes every year for March Madness. And so he and his wife are hanging out for a few days. She's coming back. And it just so happens that that's like Rebecca's one of her best friends. And so I think they're going to be hanging out this weekend. And but can you believe it, bro? That's all started. Everything that you know about Vegas was born today in history in 1931. Seeking a new way to boost the economy during the Great Depression, Nevada became the first state to legalize gambling. Damn it, dude. What Nevada did in 1931 is like what Colorado did, you know, 10 years ago with weed. It was like, look, we have an idea. We think it's going to corrupt the entire nation, but let's just let Nevada try it out and see what happens. And Nevada, I think they figured out that it made them a little bit of money. Yeah, I think Nevada's figured out that gambling makes some money. Yeah, for sure. This day in history, 1920, the U.S. rejects Treaty of Versailles. What? For the second time, the Senate voted down the signing of the Treaty of Versailles, effectively refusing to join the League of Nations and signing a return to an isolationist foreign policy following World War I. Remember what happened? And again, this is all quote unquote speculation, and this is all quote unquote conspiracy theory. But the U.S. after World War I said we are not getting involved in anything, and so when it comes to World War II, we needed a reason to get into the war. And if you go back and just look at the history of the fact that we very strategically moved all of our ships to Pearl Harbor because we intercepted some communication that Japan was, wanting to do this. And so, and then we knew that Japan was going to be sinking ships and everything. And we intentionally had ships that, and by the way, the rule was, if I'm remembering correctly, that if any ship that was carrying weapons or artillery would be sunk. And I think what got us in was obviously Pearl Harbor, but we led one of the passenger ships to go through, and we loaded up with ammunition, and kind of like we ghosted it a little bit to get to sink. Yeah, I think you will realize that most of the conflicts that we get into, including the one we're in now, false flags tend to be usually what it is, which you guys know false flags. There's a reason that's told to the public why something was started when there was another reason behind it. Okay, I think you guys all remember George Jr. When he wants to go to war, and we need to go and go get Osama bin Laden. Okay, but I'm confused. Like, and then what did we do? We went in like immediately, like, dude, like the amount of countries that we overtook and overthrew, it was like 7 countries in 5 years as soon as 9/11 happened. Yeah, man. Trust me, bro. Everything that you know of economics and politics is always a lie. And it might not even necessarily be like directionally untrue, but there's going to be lies of omission. Trust me. Go look. And I think, by the way, I think we're all starting to wake up and realize this, by the way. And I'm not even certain it's like a bad thing per se. I just think there's just like 2026 for me, bro. What I'm seeing is it's the year of the Great Awakening. 1995, bro, Michael Jordan returns. Remember when that dude returned, when he retired? I graduated high school in 94, and the dude retired like the year I graduated. And it was like, it was so mind bending to see this dude. It was like, it's like when Tiger Woods like retires from golf, back when Tiger was like at his heyday. And just imagine him just at the top of his game, like the show Friends or Seinfeld, just, we're done. And you're like, what? And then like, you're left with this void. But you also know that for them, they need to go find career 2.0, whatever that looks like. And you typically find the GOATs can't leave because they're so used to having all the resources, the attention, the admiration, the authority of what everybody knew them by. And then, especially for dudes, females are a little different than dudes. Females are typically known by their family, their kids. Dudes are typically known by what they do, their work. That's why anytime 2 dudes like handshake and like, how are you? I'm great. And the first thing, what's the dude say? What do you do? Because that's how we identify each other, is what we do, and our trade. And he didn't know what to do. And he'd been playing golf and smoking cigars. He's like, I got to come back. And so, I'm so glad that he figured out his way. And then he went to go play baseball. And it's like, no, man, you can't be the GOAT that we know you from 2 or 3 different things. Same thing with Tom Brady. I felt so bad for that dude that bought his last game-winning football for $500,000, and the dude like comes back the next season, and it's not his last football. I swear, I hope Tom Brady refunded that dude the money. I wonder if that football is worth even more money today now that he came back. I don't know. Who knows, man? But you want to know whose birthday it is today? It is live. Charlie. Oh, hey, dude. Hey, we don't have any call in, man, but you can definitely hit us up at accountingplusaccountability.com. Then you can schedule a call for sure. But thanks for jumping on, man. We always love to have the feedback for sure. And any questions that you have, like I'll reply back to it. We'll talk about it on air. So anyway, let's get back into famous birthdays. Bruce Willis. Yes, dude. The iconic action star of Die Hard, born today, bro. And you know how freaking horrible that is, man, to go from Sixth Sense, Die Hard, to where he is now, where he's in a late stage of dementia. I mean, dude, you talk, and he's not even that old, man. You want to know? Oh my God, bro! You want to know who else has a birthday today? My boy, Mr. Rogers. Yes, dude. I just saw. You guys want to see the greatest thing you've ever seen? You want to watch Mr. Rogers do the Dougie? Okay, I'm going to show it to you right now. You want to know why? Because you freaking deserve it. Okay. All right, I'm going to go here. Mr. Rogers Dougie. Okay. I just think you guys need to have a little joy this morning. And today's his birthday, so you have to see this. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Mr. Rogers doing the Dougie. Get ready. Oh, come on, bro. And you know, if that dude was alive, that's exactly how he would dance too. You know that. Dude. Oh, didn't you guys enjoy that? I told you, man. Today's Treat Yourself Thursday. We got to treat ourselves, man. We got to treat ourselves. All right. All right. Here we go. Who else has a birthday? Glenn Close, our actress, bro. Dude, amazing. Today's her birthday. And you know who else has a freaking birthday today? Wyatt Earp, legendary lawmaker of the American Old West, famous for his role in the gunfight at the OK Corral. You guys remember Tombstone and Val Kilmer. Dude, arguably greatest character he's ever played, probably ever. Like, oh my God, absolutely unequivocally top 3 movies of all time. I mean, absolutely unequivocally. What else happened? Oh my God. Okay. 1981, the Columbia nitrogen tragedy. During a ground test for the Space Shuttle Columbia, just weeks before its main launch, several workers were asphyxiated in a nitrogen purge compartment. Tragedy led to significant overhauls in ground safety protocol and the hazardous gas detection system used in modern aerospace. So basically, basically gas that didn't have any smells and people just passed away, bro. 2008, brightest gamma ray burst. So NASA's Swift satellite detected a cosmic explosion so powerful it was briefly visible to the naked eye from 7.5 billion light years away. It remains the most distant object ever seen without a telescope. What in the rizzle? Okay, you could see something so bright, like 7.5 billion, and you could see it with your eyes? Oh my God, dude. Bro, and we'll never know what it was that caused that, like ever. But oh my word. This day in history, 1915. First photograph of Pluto. While it wouldn't be discovered for another 15 years, Pluto was actually captured on film for the first time today at the Lowell Observatory, though its significance wasn't realized at the time. They just had a picture of it. It was like this little dot. Nobody had any idea, what was coming 15 years later. Are you ready for the fun facts today? Today, are you ready, is National Let's Laugh Day and National Chocolate Caramel Day. What? It's okay. Guys, this is amazing. Okay. National Laugh Day, National Chocolate Caramel Day. Okay. Shall we? You guys know our rule. If I make you laugh or you learn a little bit today, we have a handshake agreement. You have to like and subscribe. Okay. Now, did you guys enjoy this day in history? I freaking knew you would, man. I freaking knew you would. Okay. Now, I want to quickly let you guys know how you can get to us. And there's a Charlie that keeps in there. He's like, hey, bro, I want to talk. I'm like, look, we don't do live here, but what we do is allow you to get to us at accountingplusaccountability.com. So you guys know for almost 60 years, we specialize in servicing mom and pop Venti shops. All the service boys, Venti means 21 to 20 employees. So if that is you and you have some questions, you want to talk strategy, we're the only accounting firm on earth that has the 2x profit guarantee. We guarantee we will double your profits in a year, or we refund all the fees for the year. But we've been doing this for almost 60 years. So we kind of know what we're doing, right? Right? Okay, cool. So go to Counting Plus Accountability, and anybody that wants to chat with me, including Charlie, you can go and click that little gold button up there that says Talk with AA Ron. Schedule a time for us to talk, and we'll talk about anything you want to talk about. Business strategy, consulting, taxes, accounting, payroll, whatever the hell you want to talk about, we got you. And even if you want to talk about how horrible the Cowboys are, we will also talk about that. Sorry, Jerry. He's right up here. I always tell him to cover his ears whenever I talk about his team. And again, love Jerry. Okay. Just not a huge fan of the success of his team, but he's terrific. Okay. I always want to make sure if my boy ever hears this, because, we're all just like 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon, bro. So literally 6 relationships away from Jerry Jones hearing this. So I can never have that dude hear anything negative come out of my mouth about him. One of these days, I'm going to meet this dude. I'm telling you, I'm going to manifest all this stuff. I'm going to meet this dude. I'm like, you're not going to believe it. You changed my life years ago. He's like, what? I'm like, yes. Okay. Let's see. What else? All right. Are you guys ready for the juicy news? Are you? Are you ready for juicy news? Juicy news? Juicy news. Are you ready? Okay. I knew you would be. All right. All right. Get ready. All right. Let's see here. Okay. I'm pulling it up right now. Oh my word. Okay. Here's the story. Our very first story of the day. And you guys know, like every day we talk about SBA. SBA, Field Operations Overhaul, moving from DC to Main Street. Here's the story. In a high stakes House hearing on March 18th, we're talking yesterday, Chairman Roger Williams praised the SBA's pivot to move employees out of Washington, DC and into 68 district offices. The Made in America Roadshow has already hosted nearly 700 local events to help small manufacturers access the new Make Onshoring Great Again portal. What? Bro, I've been a mom and pop Venti shop owner my entire career. I have never, 25, 30 years of doing this, never seen this much push to small business from the SBA. Never. This is mind-bending, man. Why this is a big deal to us? It's the end of that castle on the hill that, we always talk about the distant bureaucracy where everybody that makes decisions literally lives in a castle with this big drawn door. And the only way to get into the castle is the drawbridge has to come down, and then you can walk over the moat into the castle, right? But now with these SBA reps living in our community, we now have direct local advocacy for us to help and to navigate the federal contracts, the grants, the tools, the help, everything. It's coming local now. Is this not huge, Mal? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to be a business owner, man. Yes, I've been doing this for 25 years and it's been great. It's been tough, but today we've never seen this before. Wait until you hear the second story. It just keeps getting better. Okay. Here's the story. $128 billion victory. The NFIB pushes to kill the BOI reporting permanently. Yes, bro. So if you're a small pop Venti shop, you know exactly what this crap every year. So the story NFIB testified before Congress a couple days ago, urging the permanent repeal of the Corporate Transparency Act's beneficial ownership information mandate. President Trump's March 2025 exemption has already saved small businesses an estimated $128 billion in compliance costs. So now I don't know where they come up with that number, to be honest with you, because you have to basically pay your accountant to fill out the form for you. So I guess if you add up all the millions and millions of small business and what they have to pay their accountant to do the reporting for them, I don't know, 128 billion. I don't know where they come up with that number. But why this is such a big deal to us, because this it's our privacy. Okay. And so what's happening is this big push is that everything is more and more transparent, right? So we have less and less privacy, less and less control, controlled more and more by what we were talking about before, right? So those that live in the castle on the hill, they don't want us knowing anything about them. They say very private, but they want full transparency. Everybody living in the village down the hill, right? All the peasants hanging out. They want to know everything about them, but we in the village down here are not allowed to know anything about them, right? It's the way it's always been, bro. It has always been the war between the haves and the have-nots. This is not recent. This has been going on since the beginning of time. And that is why it is so flipping important. And again, this is not politics. I'm just telling you guys how it is. If you have a political system that allows the people to elect representation according to the needs of the people, then it is very, very important that you make sure you have a system that can accurately record that. That is also fully auditable with checks and balance, right? And again, this isn't left or right, blue or red, nothing like that. This is just, common sense. And it's also for us small pot venti shops. We haven't had voice in decades. And so it's actually for me, it's beautiful to see this. It really is. What else is going on in the news today? Okay. There's a new independent contractor rule that is coming out from the Department of Labor. So here's the story. Department of Labor has proposed a new rule to simplify how you classify workers, moving away from the complex 2024 six-factor test. The new economic reality test focuses on two core factors: the workers' control over their work and their opportunity for profit or loss. I can't even tell you how insane this is, because you guys know, for most of my career, I've been like insurance and financial services, not doing like investments per se. Never had the licensing for that stuff, but building plans and engineering plans, engineering numbers, like my whole career. And 25 years ago ish, I had a pretty decent size insurance agency with a handful of agents that worked. And if you know the way it always works for like independent contractor versus W-2, they usually look at like industry standard. And so like if you look at construction, most of the time construction, a lot of times is like W-2. Like hairstylist, construction 1099. Usually they're like construction guys. Like when you build a house, all those subs around you, they're like 1099. Okay. When you're like a hairdresser, like most of the time people in that industry are paid 1099s. Okay. In insurance, everybody's always paid 1099. And so this is 20 years ago. I had an audit. So one of our agents quit or something, I don't know, went to go file unemployment. And the state of Texas came in and did a full audit and deemed that all of our insurance agents, the industry standard was 1099, came and did what they want to do, all that good stuff. And they came in and said, nope, W-2. Wait, I'm confused. All these other agencies that we literally mirrored our comp structure with and our plan, they're all 1099. Yep, sorry, don't care. Blah, blah, blah. We're not looking, blah, 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 blah. You're going to pay. I'm telling you, man. So when I hear this, this brings joy to my soul, because I am sick and tired of us being screwed over. It is always us. It is only us. It is the mom and pop venti shop. And we are the ones that support the entire US economy, because all of these rules tend to be focused on us. Because companies that have typically 50 employees or more oftentimes have the available resources to do this stuff: the people, the time, the talent, the knowledge, the education, the money. Like they have it. We don't. So when I see this, it's beautiful, man. I literally feel, us mom pop venti shop owners have two elephants in our shoulders. And every day I do this show, and what I see in the news every day, I feel like these elephants are being put in the sauna and they're getting lighter. Like they're still there, but it's like it's like I'm going on the show Biggest Loser and I'm just dropping the weight of these dudes that are on my shoulder, and it's beautiful. It really is. So I hope you guys are getting encouraged by this. And by the way, everything we talk about here, if you guys have questions about any of this stuff, man, you can get to us through Accounting Plus Accountability. We're the only accounting firm on earth that has a 2x profit guarantee. We're the only accounting firm on earth that actually prioritizes you being profitable tomorrow over documenting accurately what all the transactions that you did last month. That's just every other accounting firm. And look, I say this every day. If you want to partner with a firm that when you're hiring a firm, you can either partner with a firm that obsesses over your business as much as you do, or you go hire an accountant. It's your choice. Okay. So I think if you guys have any questions about this, about the reporting, about the documentation, we spend half of our time as an accounting firm doing ministerial, administrative type of stuff for you guys. So paperwork is it's our love language. If you guys need help with this, you can get to us through Accounting Plus Accountability. You see my little button up there that says Talk with Aaron. That's me. It links directly to my calendar. Okay. So you guys have any questions, you go straight there, and you can scroll down a little bit and submit a question that way. So there's a person that keeps blowing up our chat, Charlie. If you have a question, just go to accountingplusaccountability.com and we'll get to you for sure. What else is going on in the news today? Huh? I know, man, there's so much stuff, right? Omni-Consumer shift. So this is a big deal, man. 80% of sales still happen in store. Did you know that? Did you? So here's a story. A new 2026 retail analysis confirms that while e-commerce is growing, the physical storefront is still the anchor of commerce. The trend has shifted to the omni-consumer, shoppers who start a purchase on mobile but want to finish it in the shop for immediate ownership. I know that sounds crazy, but literally for me, now only with subscriptions like Walmart Plus, and now Amazon is now doing 1 to 2 hour delivery. And so I think this retail analysis happened, but I think when they do this again a year from now, I think we're going to see a big shift because of the retail Goliaths like Walmart and Amazon. The town that I live in has a pretty big Walmart, and you drive by the Walmart, without question, you're going to see drones flying to and from the Walmart all day long. They just go 5 mile radius, bro. This thing goes, drops its package, puts it in your backyard, and you take off. I'm telling you, man. And Amazon's doing the same thing. So they're now doing 1 to 2 hour delivery too. So I think people value convenience and efficiency. And I think a lot of times we do it despite or while it's also hurting us by robbing us of our community. Okay. And I kind of feel like when it comes to this, and you see this a lot with since COVID, is that everybody's got a million friends on social media, but nobody has any real friends. And I tell you, man, I had a big shift around 2017, 2018, where I used to be the dude that was like, I want 1,000 people at my funeral. And then I did a lot of self-reflective, deep thinking and a lot of retreat time and spent a lot of time realizing, wait a minute, I've got all of the core people in my life that I'm giving a little bit of attention to, but I'm spending majority of my time dropping little nuggets of myself to hundreds of different people. And I had to get to the point where I was like, wait a minute, I can't, in all my relationships, I had to evaluate them. And I realized, wait a minute, all the relationships where I give 95% of the effort and the other party gives 5% or less, I realized, wait, that is not good for me. That's a spiritual vampire. It sucks my soul. And so I did a major overhaul of my life, and it completely revolutionized my life. And I just started thinking, no, I'm going to invest in those that invest in me. So I've got a few type friends. I still have a lot of friends, okay, but I don't call them every week. Hey, what's going on? Let's go. Like that. No, because they're acquaintances, and most of us, that is the extent of our relationships. They are surface level. They don't go deep. We don't talk about what's going on. We don't talk about how you're feeling. We don't talk about that stuff. And it's only in those places do we get freedom, because we've got to get this stuff out and we got to share it with others that we're in community with. Okay. That's why we have peer advisory groups. We're the only accounting firm on earth that has peer advisory groups. They meet every week, and they have 3 purposes. One, they're 12-week sessions. Like we have 12-week goal planning sessions. And so I've got my group where basically everybody's on vacation this week. So we're taking today off, but we jump back on next Thursday, and we do it during lunch. And it's just a bunch of business owners, and we're all friends, and we just hang out. And number one, we give ourselves clarity, what we're going to get done for the next 10 to 12 weeks. 2, we hold each other accountable, like in a very loving, like peace and love way. And then number 3, the whole purpose of the community is to help you minimize mistakes, especially the ones that cost you money. So if you guys are like, hey, dude, hey, Ron, this sounds pretty cool, man. Yeah, dude, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. You'll see we're the only accounting firm on earth that has a 2x profit guarantee. If we partner with you, we guarantee we'll double your profits in 12 months or the entire years of fees back. We're also the only accounting firm on earth that prioritizes you profiting next month and next year as much as we do with documenting all your transactions from last month and last year. We're also the only accounting firm on earth that does the partnerships and has the monthly market meetups and has the daily show. And because for us, for almost 60 years, our philosophy has been pretty simple. The only way that we'll be here 20 years from now is to make sure that you're still here 20 years from now. You come first, right? So you're the sun and we're just like this little planet and we just revolve. Like we're in your solar system, okay? We're part of your galaxy. And so it's important for you guys to know, man, like this is a big deal, really big deal. But if you guys need help with this stuff, we got you covered. We got you covered. Just hit us up on Accounting Plus Accountability. We always have you. Can we talk about the SBA? I don't want to. Can I be honest? We talk about the SBA every day, and I've already done a story about them. I don't want to do it again. Let's go to a different story, shall we? Can we talk about the IRS Dirty Dozen? Oh my God, yes, yes. Okay, so this is the IRS Dirty Dozen 2026. AI voice cloning scams target small business. So why did they call it the Dirty Dozen though? So I'm going to find out why they call this the Dirty Dozen. Why is this story called the... I'm going to find out because obviously this is one story, but why is it called the Dirty Dozen? Oh, the 12 most dangerous tax scams. Okay. So the reason why is because technology is the new top threat, which makes total sense, man. For the first time, AI abuse has officially cracked the list. I know it's crazy. And so, but the good thing is we're really good at adapting to this stuff. And so I feel like we're going to figure out ways to fix this through the phone systems, through technology, through the AIs that we have employing listening, because AI, no matter how perfect it is still not perfect, right? So right now I can go to a website called 11 Labs and I can upload 30 seconds of me talking and it will record and it will play you. Like if my 11 Labs voice calls my wife, she will not know the difference, okay? But a computer will, right? So if you ever listen to Wings of Pegasus, he's one of my favorite YouTube channels, but he just listens. He's got long hair. He's a really cool dude. And he just listens to everybody. People just send him artists, singers, and songs, and he analyzes them to see if they're using auto-tune or pitch correction. And this dude literally, oh my God, bro. And I'm not going to say it because I'm a major Swiftie fan, but dude, this dude annihilated the T-Swizzle, the Big Era, and he has a whole analysis on it. And let's be honest, she wants to make sure she has a consistent show. Can I say that? Can I say that? Okay, because you have to admire the talent, but also admire her efficiency for pulling off a show like that, conserving her energy and her voice while using it for hours and hours every day. It's a talent and a skill like nothing you've ever seen, but the human ear oftentimes cannot pick up on that, on the perfection of auto tuning or perfect pitch adjustment. Okay, but computers can. So if you, my cloned voice calls something, AI can tell it's not a real voice, but a human can't. Does that make sense? Okay, want to make sure you guys get it. So yeah, it's scary, but at the same time, I know that technology keeps up with that stuff. And so will there be scams? Yes, there will be. But in the end, I think we're going to win the battle. So can we talk about what else is going on in the news today? I'm telling you, man, we got some amazing stories, bro. Virginia service tax defeated. What? A huge win for local service pros. So here's the story. The Virginia General Assembly session ended on March 14th, last week, with a major victory. The defeat of a proposal to add state sales tax to services. Small business owners warned that tax would create a mountain of paperwork and raise costs for local consumers. I swear to God. These states, again, you are absolutely unequivocally dealing with detached bureaucracy, detached authoritarianism, where you literally have the authorities completely shielded from the views of the people and literally living in the castle on the hill. And they're like, oh my God, we need money. And so what they don't do is lower the drawbridge, cross the moat, and then trot down the hill into the village and hang out with us peasants and ask us what's important to us and find out what's actually causing us pain and come to us and say, hey, how can we help you? They don't do any of that. Most of the states don't do that. Okay. You have this BS where you've got a bunch of people in a room sitting around a conference table, completely isolated from the entire world. So, okay, we need to generate money. How do we do it? Okay, well, here's a really easy way. We know right now we only charge sales tax on actual like physical things. But if we did sales tax on services, you understand most of the mom and pops are service-based businesses. The other companies charge sales tax. They need to do the same thing. Why don't we do that? Do you understand? You have no concept. Yes, it's going to generate more money for the state, for sure. But the amount of headache and paperwork that it generates for the business, it's insane. We do sales tax processing every month for our clients. Yes, it's a huge amount of stress. And states charge big, hefty fees if it's 1 day late. It's not okay, man. It's not okay, you know? So I love Justin talking to him. He's like, I have very many questions for this dude. He has ADDX times 688 billion. Oh, 1000%, bro. He said, you concern me. I just unsubscribed from you. Oh, bro. I promise, man. I've been like this my entire life, man. But you know, look, dude, I know I'm a certain speed for certain people. I'm the one dude that you really can't put faster than 1.25 speed because I will sound like one of those little chipmunk, little squirrels, Alvin, Simon, Theodore, for sure. What else is going on in the news today? Because we're about to shift into Treat Yourself Thursday, and I've got something I'm going to show you guys. You guys know everything I show you on Treat Yourself Thursday is going to be very efficient for the output that it gives you. Okay. And you guys know everything that I show you. When I showed you guys last week, bro, I use every single day, every day. Okay. So what else is going on in the news? Oh, shut up, dude. Agentic AI back office, the invisible engine of 2026. Here's the story. 87% of successful retailers have now deployed AI in at least one area of business. The invisible engine is now handling dynamic pricing, logistics routing, and stock alignment almost instantly based on actual buying behavior. Bro, is this not crazy? Like it used to be that you had to hire and pay. And actually, one of the things we're going to start doing in April is for our small business owners, we're going to do monthly AI training. I'm going to literally, like next week, I've got one of our clients and I'm going to show them our AI HR process where we take 40 hours worth of HR, the recruiting, the sorting and all that stuff. And we get it all done to schedule from running your Indeed ad all the way to hiring your individual in 3 to 4 hours a week compared to 40 hours a week. Everything that I share with you guys is something that we do. We're big believers in eating our own home cooking. If I don't think it's delicious, I ain't telling you about it. Okay. And so next week I'm doing this. And so if you guys have questions about this stuff, you can always go to Accounting Plus Accountability and schedule a call with me, Aaron. You'll see in the upper right-hand corner is a little gold button that says Talk with Aaron. That's me. It links directly to my schedule, my calendar. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. You know, accounting, consulting, strategy. The guy, Charlie, he's like, I got a million questions for you. Schedule the call, man. Trust me, you'll be the star of the show. We'll figure out whatever you got and we'll get it taken care of. What else is going on before we break into Treat Yourself Thursday? How about this, man? How about this is a great final story. Made in America loan fee waiver extended. I know, right? Okay, so the SBA field office has confirmed this week that the 0% upfront fee for manufacturers has been extended through late 2026. This is part of the broader onshoring push to rebuild the domestic supply chain. You know, it's a big thing that the first year Trump's administration, Mr. Orange Man, big thing he was pushing was billions and billions and trillions of dollars coming back to the U.S. That was his big push in 2016. He's even pushing even harder now. So the bottom line, and one of amazing clients out of Missouri, he's a huge manufacturer out there in Central Missouri, and this is a huge thing for him. But the cool thing is your cost of capital just drops significantly. On a $1 million loan, this waiver saves you $35,000 in upfront cash. Yep. Isn't that not crazy? $35K upfront cash. It's fantastic. So did you guys enjoy the juicy news? Are you guys ready for Treat Yourself Thursday? And remember, just you guys remember, treat yourself. If you didn't catch the beginning of the show, this is what we're talking about here. Okay. Are you ready? I know you are. Get ready. Treat yourself. Our segment coming up.
3 words for you. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself 2011.
Once a year, Donna and I spend a day treating ourselves. What do we treat ourselves to?
Clothes.
Treat yourself.
Fragrances.
Treat yourself.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The
Best day of the year. All right. Today, this is the best day of the week. All right. We don't do this once a year. We do Treat Yourself Thursday every week, playa. So are you guys ready for the Treat Yourself? And then don't forget, after this little segment, okay, you guys see everything that we talk about here. By, I don't know, tomorrow or something, you guys will see in the YouTube description a little link. If there's a product to the Amazon, you guys know, yes, this dude doesn't make any money on the YouTube channel, and he makes a couple pennies on anything that's down there as an affiliate. Okay, so I always got to preface that. You guys know, click the link. I make like 2 pennies on it. Okay, but can I introduce you to something that has changed my life? I know. And by the way, I have to make a huge exception because usually everything I show you on Treat Yourself Thursday is like under 30 bucks. Okay. Everything I show you is for sure designed to improve your life by at least 1%. This is probably like a 4% life improvement. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? The Baby Bliss Pro. I swear to God, you've never seen this before. I know you haven't. Actually, for dudes that actually have had a haircut at a barbershop, it's the only place you've seen this because it's the only razor that cuts as close. It's the only electric razor that cuts as close as an actual razor. I did not shave today. I didn't shave today on purpose. I wanted you to see this live. Hold on. Hold on. Wait for it. I won't shave the bottom. I want to give you guys 60 seconds. Smooth as a baby's rear end. I didn't shave my neck. Okay, because I only want to do it for about 60 seconds. Can I tell you something? I tested this. By the way, this thing, I've only had this razor used on me in a barbershop. Because you know, when you pay for the straight edge, a lot of times what happens is I've had this happen 3 times. They'll use this and then to basically get the majority, and then they just do one little thing, just a quick little thing to put the powder on and the shaving cream. Now, I made a note because the main reason why I upgraded to this for years, you guys know yesterday I spent a lot of time talking about my grandfather, and my grandparents are my heroes. And my grandfather he passed away a few years ago, but he had this weird, I don't know, like little quirk that he had where he would literally move his face and keep his hand the same. So he would shave like this. Okay. And so for most of my adult life, I've been an electric razor guy. And I had this electric razor. It was like a Norelco. And I had it for like 10 years. Like the blade lasted 10 years. I bought it back late 90s, early 2000s, and it lasted forever. And then I ordered the replacement blade from Amazon. And I swear on my life, bro, this thing was dull in 30 days. I was like, and it was like $40 for the blade replacement. I was like, I can't do that, man. I will not do that. And so I went to straight razor until I had a barber do this on me. And can I tell you something? This is the honest to God truth. You guys know I. So I document exactly how often I charge my razor. You want to hear this? The last time I charged my razor was on December 17th of last year. Okay. And it finally went dead with me shaving basically every day. It went dead 3 days ago. Actually, today's the 19th. So 5 days ago on March 14th, almost 3 months of me shaving every day. And this thing is as close as a razor to anything you've ever had. Trust me. And you'll see next week, I'm back down to like a little $10, $20, $30 crap. That's going to make your life 1% better. Today, this is the 4%, which is why it's a little bit more expensive, but it's literally, and it's like in scale. It's going to make your life 3 or 4% better. It's going to be about 3% more. Okay. But it will change your life. I guarantee. Now that you guys had the best treat yourself you've ever seen, are you ready for the reframe of today? And right here, ma. So you guys know Scott Adams, he's my pops number 3. We will look back 100 years from now and call him our modern day oracle. He wrote this book a year before he passed away. He passed away January 13th of this year, and the entire world mourned. And in show is actually in honor of him. And every day I read a reframe because, in my opinion, like his reframes have changed my life. And I just kind of feel like the purpose of what we do here is to help you suffer less. We just want to be useful. And I just hope that the show is useful and you guys laugh a little, you guys, you learn a little, and you guys know our handshake agreement. If you laugh or learn and or both, handshake agreement, you guys have to like and subscribe. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let me pull up the reframe of the day and blow your mind. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Chapter 3. No, still chapter 2, success reframes. This particular segment is on talent stacks. And you guys know I talk about talent stacks all the time. The greatest people that you see, the independent journalists today, the Joe Rogans, they are just masters at adding like-minded talents together. They're not like the best out of all their talents, but they're damn good at a lot of talents that all add up to a super talent. Okay. What Scott always called a talent stack. And Scott, and I'm going to read verbatim from the book. I mentioned talent stacks in this book several times in connection to other reframes, but it is a major reframe itself. The talent stack reframe is the second world changer I introduced in how to fail at almost anything and still win big. A talent stack is a collection of skills that work well together to make you valuable and rare in a wide variety of ways. This is far different from the classic advice about focusing on being the best at something specific, at some specific skill. That might have made more sense in an earlier time, but in a fast-moving world, you can't predict what next year looks like. That means your best odds of happiness are closely associated with how flexible your talent stack is. So here is the usual talent or the usual frame. Focus on being excellent at a skill that has commercial value. That's what we were all taught. Okay. Here's the new way of looking at it, the new reframe. Acquire skills that work well together and make you rare and flexible at the same time, right? So the simplest example of building a talent stack that meets my specs is adding public speaking skills to any big company job. That one skill set makes you the obvious choice for promotion to manager. It also makes you a better candidate for a variety of lateral and upward career moves. If you add effective listening skills, business writing, contract negotiation, some people's skills, not much can stop you. And you could learn that entire stack of skills in a month without breaking a sweat. Yep. And actually on Scott's local subscription channel, he has over 200 micro lessons where he teaches this stuff. I mean, this dude, he really worked really hard to wake up every day and be as useful as he possibly could, helping as many people see the world through a different lens. And I hope that this concept of talent stack is the same thing for you. You know, I've always been the person that for years has had the mindset that when I see somebody has a skill that I admire, I've never been the person that sits back and says, oh my God, why can't it be like that? I've never been that. I've always been the person that says, look, God's no respecter of persons. If that person has the same, if I put in the same work and the same amount of time and consistency they did, we have the same type of skills or talents, like giftings, I'm going to have. So my mindset's always been, if this person's dynamic in front of a room, okay, let me just skill. I've taken it from a place of being a victim to a place of empowerment, where it's not something I don't have and I can't get. It's something that I don't have, but I can get. Are you tracking? I know, man. Like, I try to kind of help you guys understand there's a different way of looking at stuff. This place that we live on Earth, think of it like a freaking like Minecraft game, bro. Go pick up anything you want. Go anywhere you want. Build anything you want. This is for you to take. This is for you to build. Okay, so there is no lack. Okay, you can have anything you want. So if whatever it is that you want, the person that you admire, write the top 10 attributes they have. Go to AI. You know, if you want help with this stuff, man, look, AA Ron's got you. Go to Accounting Plus Accountability. Upper right-hand corner is a little gold button that says Talk with AA Ron. It links directly to my calendar. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. Okay, anything you want to talk about. Okay. We're going to talk about accounting, bookkeeping. We're going to talk about strategy, consulting. I've had this idea for a business. Hey, Ron, you built this 0 to 90 day, under $1,000 business plan for the garage epoxy business. Can we talk about that? Definitely. Absolutely. Okay. So hopefully you guys right on a freaking hour. How did I do it, bro? How? Bro, I am tight. I am tight. Okay. I run a tight ship here. So I hope that today's reframe really encouraged you guys. And I hope that today's the Treat Yourself Thursday. You know, we do this segment every week. It's purple because it's royalty. You are royalty, right? You mom, pop, venti shop. Nobody focuses on you. You spend every waking second thinking of everybody else. Today, you're the star of the show. It's Treat Yourself Thursday. All right, guys. Did you enjoy the show, man? I knew you would. And you guys know, man, everything we talk about here, if your mindset is it's really hard, or your mindset it's really easy, you're right. Guys, remember, every day we spend every second working in the business. You got to carve out time and make sure that you mind your own business. All right. Okay, my beautiful peeps. You guys got the news. You got the tips and tricks. Now you know you got to go own this day. My name is Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you know what time it is. What time is it, guys? It's time to get to work. Kapow!